I want to visit Australia and meet many of my old friends, the friends that I met online, for many years now, and I want to meet them in person, like finally, because they are the reason why I'm here in Singapore.
5 years. 5 years have now passed since I left my village in the Philippines with a dream of going into a far distant land, to the land down under. Driven by a vision to see more of the world, a chance to pursue my full extent of happiness, progress in my career, and meet in person my online friends whom I worked with on some cool online projects. I made a decision to leave my home in a rural village and to venture out in a foreign country for the first time, to Singapore. I came to Singapore and I found a job and had a rough start. For almost 2 years, at the end of each day, I would sleep on the floor and wake up seeing the office ceiling. It was a tough and weird life arrangement. I was solitary and was surrounded with people whom I felt were apathetic. Many times, I questioned myself if it was even worth leaving the comforts of my home country. Around this time, I discovered Club Street, one of the social epicenters of the city-state. There, I met a lot of new friends from all over the world. They brought sunshine and colors to my bleak life, and a lot of new great experiences and wisdom. I also met someone that ensnared my heart to have it broken for the first time. This event and the unexpected worsening of my work situation somehow pushed me to be in a constant search for comfort and fun, and I subconsciously drifted away from my mission. I felt sick of everything. Then I quit my job. I lost my home. I thought that going back to the village would be the last thing that I could ever afford to happen. I told myself that I would do and exhaust all options to remain legally in this country. My sky went dark. These were moments when I no longer think of tomorrow, as I felt there was nothing my horizon could offer. I was fighting my circumstance, but also beginning to prepare to go back to the village in case of defeat. Just when I thought that there was no way out of these trying times, some beautiful souls reached out and offered sunshine so I could see the path to pick myself up again. Some friends extended their hands so I could keep standing. While I was jobless, they provided me shelter, sometimes food, and encouragement to boost my morale as I clung on hope and waged a desperate war to unbury my life from the mess I had created. The disappointment and the unwanted places where my life took me forced me to reflect on why I was in Singapore. I wondered many times if the quest I committed to do was a big mistake, or too lofty, too ambitious and unrealistic. I wondered if there was something more than my circumstance that led it to plummet to the deepest low. The few friends who remained on my side helped me confront my own flaws, accept the poor decisions that I made that didn't help my situation, yet expressed strong confidence in me and faith. unhappy with the prospects of my future, I made a conscious decision to try something entirely different, to find proof for myself that I have the capacity to turn things around. As soon as I found a new job, I decided to slowly rebuild myself and to regain complete control of my life, on my emotions, to be pragmatic, practical, and to be not too hopeful, and to cut the things and people that don't make sense. The change must begin in me. I face the immediate consequence of the choices that I make. So I started waking up early in the morning every day. At 4 a.m. I would pick up my running shoes and run outside in the empty streets just when everyone else is sleeping. I ran in the dark. I ran to confront and make friends with loneliness so it wouldn't affect me anymore because I'm already used to it. I ran to take myself out from self-doubt and the mires of low self-esteem. I ran and screamed my lungs and heart out to vent the frustration from things that didn't work until it was all exhausted. I drummed the earth and reawakened that lone voice of courage that plucked me out from the sleepy village where I was from. As months went by and my legs became stronger, I also started trekking and scaling mountains. The rough terrains and treacherous slopes represented the weaknesses that I must overcome. Summiting a peak felt like destroying an obstacle that blocks the beauty of the journey I am on. On this front, I found new paths that I shared with new friends who are strong-willed people and who were up to conquer their own mountains. At the same time, I started picking up long-distance running. I started running 5 kilometers, then 10, then 15. When there's no mountain to climb, I would run 21 kilometers on a normal weekend. Then it became regular, and I saw myself slowly improve. Thrilled to discover my new limits, I began running full marathons. I managed to complete one and successively done a few more. I shuffled together with high-performing, fast men who are unbent in their will to win at road races, at work, and life. I looked up to them and they became my inspiration until I started living my life like a true athlete. My newfound love in sports enabled me to explore new countries and to earn travel experience that strengthened my passport. I ran 42 kilometers in Singapore, in Myanmar, in Japan, on the mountains of Hong Kong, China, in Thailand. My legs took me even across a few old cities in Europe. The mileage I clocked from all the 9 marathons that I have done by far pulled me back closer and closer to my original quest as I unconsciously began to tick off some of the objectives of the Grand Australia. It has brought me to the world. For each time I completed an ordeal and blazed across the finish line, there was something in me that kept improving. There was increase in confidence with myself. What went astray before is now back on track. I transformed my body, and the commitment to the journey is strong once again. I captained my boat and sailed passionately through the rough seas of life for many months and years. Until one day, in the evening of 26th December 2016, I rushed to the airport for a flight to Sydney, Australia. With me was an Australian flag that I received 5 years ago and kept for a long time as a symbol of this journey, an eternal flame. Along with it are the challenges, the loneliness and tears, the achievements, the frustrations, the 18 countries I've been since I left the Philippines, my dreams and aspirations, my hopes, my heart, the very reason why I am in Singapore. The much awaited day has come. The days to experience the beautiful home of the people I've met online and to meet them in person for triggering a total change in my life are now set to occur. A flag is about to return to its motherland. To those who have followed me for a long time, I hope you find inspiration in this story that I lived. And to all my friends in Singapore, in Australia, in the Philippines, and elsewhere, my heartfelt thanks for all of your love and support and for remaining with me in the last 5 years or more. Dreams to come true. I wish you all a wonderful ride in life. My name is John Raul, and this is the end of my journey to the Grand Australia.